Stephanie Harvey here. I'm currently serving as your guys' state reporter, and today I kind of wanted to run you guys through how we prep for our podcast. So if you guys haven't seen, we are doing a podcast series, and it's the Seek to Serve podcast. We actually have a new one coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that on our YouTube page. But I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown on what goes into prepping for a podcast. So to kick it all off, we have a Google Sheets, and in that Sheets we have a calendar for all of us to line up our podcasts and get people in order so that we know when we're going to be filming things. We also have a list of the kind of interviews that we want to be doing. For instance, we wanted to make sure we interviewed a past national officer as well as a past state officer so you guys could see things from their perspective. We also have in there the dates that things need to be filmed by, as well as the dates that they're going to be posted. So everything stays in one neat Google Sheets folder. From there, there's one person put in charge of each kind of interview. So just recently, I was put in charge of getting together a past state officer interview. So I had to reach out to a past state officer. And a huge part of reaching out to a past state officer is our handy-dandy schedules. We want to make sure that everything is scheduled correctly, that we're filming at the right times, that we're getting things in so you guys can see our podcast. After we get everything scheduled and everything lined up, Addie Battle, who is the Region 1 Vice President, sends out a Zoom link, and she's in charge of recording the podcast as well as editing everything that you guys are seeing. And then from there, we get an email sent out. We kind of have a script so that they know how we're going to introduce ourselves so that isn't anything that they don't understand, as well as a list of potential questions that we might be asking. Not everything in these podcasts are scripted. Majority of these questions we just ask on the fly based off of answers that they have previously already given. After the script kind of gets sent out, we have to go about deciding how everything's going to be set up. So the script gets sent out, we get the Zoom link, we have to decide what kind of outfit we're going to be wearing. So we just recently filmed one in our blue polos, which we enjoy. We also have a gray pullover that has our theme on it as well as the logo. From there, we go into the podcast, and this is by far the best part of the process. We get to sit down and interview people, and they're interviews that we want you guys to enjoy. So we ask them questions that are going to help you guys. So questions like, what is some advice that you guys would recommend giving to younger students who are going off to college or going into the workforce? We also ask questions based on their career choice and how they decided where they were going and how FFA helped influence that. Another huge part of our podcast is it is titled the Seek to Serve podcast. So a main focus for us is asking them about service and how service has affected their FFA journey. From there, we go into editing. So we get the podcast recorded on Zoom, and then we edit it, and it gets put into a drive, and from there, we post it so you guys can see. We like to do interviews that are going to have an impact on you guys. We want them to be people that you want to see. So we have just previously interviewed a past national officer, Adrian Shunk, which was a very exciting interview, and we have another interview coming out with a past state officer who you guys should all know. But if you guys have any comments on who you think we should interview in the next coming podcast, go ahead and drop it below or send a message to Michigan FFA, and we would be sure to look into those for you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for watching this vlog and learning more about our podcast. Continue to check those out. They are also on our YouTube channel as well.